Welcome to the channel today. Remove the front panel by gently pulling the latch up. And lift the second panel up until it unlatches. I almost forgot making sure you unscrew the power supply and motherboard. To release the power supply, press down the blue tab and slide the unit back. It's pretty hard to do with one hand, LOL. And as I was saying, there are some of the screw points and the M.2 standoff. You will need a Phillips screwdriver. You will need to unplug all connections and CPU cooler to the motherboard to lift it up. Pay attention to how I position the light strip between the gap of the panel. For the front panel lights, just make sure you don't overbend the light. If you do, it will mix up the colors and it will look like a different color. I used a hot glue gun to stick down the lights. If you have brand new LED light strip, you won't necessarily need it. Let's start putting together the LED light hub to be able to have an integrated system. You need to cut off the USB male port and connect a male JST connector or a 1-pin DuPont connector. When splicing the wires together, make sure you put on the heat shrink on before and twist the wires tightly. Optional, you can solder them together if you have a soldering iron. like this when you're done. When heating up the heat shrink, make sure to not heat it up for too long because you can burn it. Evenly spread the heat. Make sure you move everything out of the way to put the motherboard back. And make sure you find all the individual plugs and plug them into the correct spots and push down all the way. This is the diagram you'll need to plug in the modified JST connector to power the RGB lights. Make sure you straighten and organize all your wires so you can tell where everything goes. To reinstall the fan, you may need some pliers. Also use your hands, but be very careful not to make metal-to-metal contact. It's time to grab all the screws you removed from the PC and screw them all down a little more than hand tight. To put the power supply back, line up the rail and slide it forward. For this budget build PC, I'm putting a 5-8400, and this motherboard is compatible with our 7-8th Gen CPUs. Here's the chance to put new thermal paste and remove the old thermal paste with alcohol and something to wipe it up. When tightening down or removing a heatsink, do a star-shaped pattern or opposite pattern. It's RAM time. Press down all the holding tabs and line up the gaps on each RAM. I'm installing DDR4 18GB with 26K speeds. Then we have to put in the graphics card. It is a Nvidia 1050 Ti with 4GB of VRAM. You can find them for a great deals. To install it, line up the PCI lane with the graphics card and make sure you take out all of the PCI cover slots you need for your GPU. Now it's time for storage. There are many different storage options from HDD to SSD, but we are using a 2TB NVM E for our games and Windows 11 Pro drive. Cable management is key to a great build. Now it's time to reassemble the PC. If you run into any clearance problems with the LED stripping there, you might have to cut the thin plastic off the front panel. Here we go, we are all done. If you have the Bluetooth compatible light hub, you can control it wirelessly. The finished product looks amazing for my first time, LOL. Now I'll show you everything working and do little benchmark. Hopefully I gave you all help through your builds. Let's get in the game. I'll put all the settings to max to show you what you'll be gaming on. It also runs Borderlands 3 quite well. And the graphics look stunning. Here are the Task Manager stats and components. Well, thank you all for watching till the end, and I'll see you back here. Please like and share.